Hello, dear students. Welcome you all to the 17th lecture of Macroeconomics. And today's topic of discussion are theories of business cycles, under which we will discuss non-monetary theories of business cycles, sunspot theory, psychological theory, and oversaving or underconsumption theory we will discuss today. And overinvestment theory we will discuss in next lecture. So let's start first with sunspot theory or climate theory. So this is the oldest trade cycle theory and which explain the fluctuations in economic cycle or trade cycle because of the environmental factors. So this theory was given by W.S. Jevons and S.C. Morey. And according to them, the spot that appears on sun influences the climate condition. It is something very traditional theory, or we can say very superstitious theory, under which they believe that in sun, sometimes in sun, some spot appears, and because of that spot, that rain falls and will affect, and because of that, agriculture crop production will be lesser, and if crop is not appropriate or the crop is not good that particular year, so that year the economy will go in depression, because earlier time people were more that focused on agriculture sector, so that was the only source of economy also. So all their consumption depends upon the amount of crop they have produced in that particular year. So if crops are not good, it means they will not have enough income. And if income is less, their consumption will also go down. So because of that, depression will come. On other hand, if spot is not appearing on the sun, rainfall will be good and it will lead to prosperity. So that is very traditional theory. And because of this climate condition, because that spot will not be there every season, so climates will change, and because of that, depression and prosperity, that phases will come. And they told that this is the reason behind the fluctuation in the economy. It was related to climate conditions. Okay. Like if rainfall will be good, farmers will get good money, their income will increase as a result, their disposable income will increase as a result, the aggregate demand for the products will increase, and employment will increase as a result of that. So that was one possibility according to this theory, that in a year if rainfall is good, it means the economy will be in prosperity phase, and other side, if rain will be lesser, the economy will go into depression. So this is very old theory of trade cycle. Second theory of non-monetary theories of business cycle is psychological theory. So it was given by A.C. Pigou, and he told that fluctuation in business cycles or trade cycles are because of the psychological conditions of businesses, people, and banks. Like if they are optimistic about the economy, then its effect will come and the economy will go into uh, positive side, means prosperity will be there. As a result of that, overproduction will be there, overemployment will be there. Okay. And aggregate demand will be more. But if they think that the thought is pessimistic, their state of mind is very pessimistic, so they will reduce their investment and production in the business, and as a result of that, economy will go into recession or depression. So just very quickly see what is written over there. So the main causes of trade cycle is optimistic and pessimistic among business people and banks. And during the good trade, entrepreneurs will be more optimistic. Like when we were discussing the trade cycle, that time also I have told you, if optimism is there, means businesses will start their new ventures, new manufacturing units, they will start. They will give employment to lot many people, and aggregate demand will increase. So everywhere there will be a environment of uh, positivity. Okay, banks will also give loan. They will not hesitate to give loan in higher interest rates, and industries will also take up the loans at higher interest rate. So prosperity will come because of the optimism. But on another side, if pessimistic situation is there, people think that future will be not very good. We need to take the we need to have the liquidity in hand. So that time what will happen, they will reduce the investment and production. And if production is there, again it will go, that cyclic effect will go. If production is not happening, means people are not getting job. If people are not getting job, means unemployment will increase. Okay, disposable income will decrease, and that demand for the products will also decrease. So as a result of that, the economy will lead towards depression. So optimism leads to prosperity according to this theory, and pessimism result to depression. I hope it is clear. That is state of mind of entrepreneurs. Third theory is under consumption theory. It is under non-monetary theory of business, under consumption theory. And this is the oldest explanation of cyclic fluctuations. And this theory is given by Marx and Hobson. So according to this theory, depression happens because of over saving of rich people. Okay, so he blamed rich people responsible for depression or recession. Okay, and we know that according to this theory, that in modern society there is a lot of inequality of income. Rich people have enough income, okay, but their marginal propensity to consume is less. What is marginal propensity to consume? In first semester we have learned that. Again, I am repeating here. MPC is defined as the proportion of aggregate rise in a pay that consumers spend on the consumption of goods and services. Okay, they have enough income, but their propensity to consume is less. It means the amount which they are earning, or the every year that increment happening in their income, the portion of that which is going for consumption is less. It means if the income is increasing by 10%, they are consuming only 2% of that for and their expenditure is just 2%, consumption is just 2%. Okay, and where the rest of amount is going, that rest of that money is going in saving and investment. So rich people should consume more. They should do a lot of consumption of goods and services for prosperity, but it doesn't happen because their marginal propensity to consume is less, and most of that money they will either save or they will invest, which results to increase in the volume of goods. Means if they are not buying the goods, who will buy the goods? Okay, so because of this thing, the general access of goods will be there. Okay, goods will be more in the market, access will be there. Okay, at the same time, poor people who have low propensity to consume, okay, from where they will spend? Okay, ultimately they have limited income. Okay, and they have low propensity to consume, and therefore consumption will not increase. Neither the rich people will consume, neither the poor people will consume, and as a result of that, overall economy will go into depression. So if the economy, you want to revive the economy, what you need to do? If rich people need to spend more. Okay, so that is all under this under consumption theory. It means people, they are consuming less, and more portion of their earning is going for saving and investment, whereas poor people, they have already low propensity to consume. Okay, and because of that, expenditure is not happening, businesses are not getting money, and that production is not happening at a full potential, and people are not getting employment, and overall income is again lesser. Okay, so that is all under non-monetary theories of business. Three theories we have discussed, and all the three theories are saying different thing, and they are giving different reasons behind the business cycles. In next lecture, we will see the monetary theory of business cycle, and I will give you a project also in next lecture. So I hope these three theories, traditional theories, are clear for you people. If you have any confusion, you can ping me on WhatsApp. I will solve your query there. Thank you so much for watching the video.